Hi guys, it's Ebird Online. I'm back with another part of the review from the second part of the tell-all. And today we're going to be talking about Ella and Johnny, the relationship that never there was. So the last time I did a video on Ella and Johnny was right at the start of the season, and Ella was waiting for Johnny to come over. In fact, I think she'd just finished a diet, and she'd been dieting for 2 weeks and all she'd lost was 14 days of happiness. But for me, this story this season had a pervasively anticlimactic quality. I figured Johnny hadn't come over. I figured Johnny would never come to America. And thus far, he hasn't. Anyway, before we get into, among other things, Ella's cheating. And Ella's reluctance to understand why Johnny wouldn't travel during a pandemic. I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed thus far to my channel. I really do genuinely appreciate it, but if you've yet to do so, please consider subscribing. Just press that red button and also don't forget to press the notification bell. And also, if you're enjoying my tell-all videos, please don't forget to smash the like button. Right, so without further ado, I give you Ella and Johnny. And so we begin this segment with the only interesting thing that happened this season for this couple, and that's when Ella slept with another man. So Sean introduces the couple to the stage, and we see an old VT of Ella saying, "I love Johnny and I want him to be my everything, but I can't keep waiting forever." And we see her talking to Johnny, and Johnny tells her, "Because of COVID, I can't come over right now and I want to postpone to February." And straight away Ella said, "I don't think you understand that I need attention, physical attention." And this of course leads to that infamous scene where she says she has needs. She's a woman, she likes to be touched, she needs things, she has desires, and because of all that, she's shagged someone else. Johnny was immediately heartbroken and the Ebird was immediately disbelieving. Who is this person and can we see him? Nobody knows. And no. Oh, colour me shocked. Yes guys, that's right, there is absolutely nothing to back up this story from Ella. And the truth be told, I cannot remember the last time that somebody who was living abroad outed themselves on sleeping with somebody else, when they still actively wanted their partner to come and visit them. I think we've seen a couple of times where people have admitted straying once they're with the person, so of course they can manipulate the response. But I don't think I've ever seen it before they've even met. And poor Johnny, he said, "I did not want to know that. Johnny, neither did we." Neither did we. So back in the studio, Sean asks Ella, "Where do you and Johnny stand today?" And she said, "We're very, very strong." Oh good lord, how do you know? You've never met him. He's never met you in person. How would you know? Guys, this so-called relationship to me is laughable. It really is. And so Sean asked her, "Has anything else happened?" And she said, "No. But I need everyone to know one thing. It's been 2 long years. And that's a really long time for anyone to wait. And I also need you to know that my love language is touch." And at this point, Memphis piped up and she said, "Then you shouldn't be in a long distance relationship." And then Jasmine piped up and she said, "Then you should know how to please yourself. You know, you can always use plastic. I used a dildo." Oh, Jasmine, don't talk about Gino like that. He's no dildo. Again, guys, this was all too much information for me. It really was. In fact, Ella is too much information for me, but the bit of information I did want to know is, was this even true? Did this even happen? I have my doubts. But don't worry, we'll get to that. And then Ella started shouting and she became hella defensive. And Kim said, "You're really, really defensive, but everyone had something to say about me and my relationship." Guys, Kim never ever makes a valid point, does she? So what? And then Johnny said that he'd rather not have heard about it all and that it's very upsetting for him and that Asians can't bear having open relationships. I don't think many people can, Johnny. Trust me, it's not just an Asian thing. But then Ella piped up and she said, "Well, would you rather me have told you about what happened or would you rather just not know?" Oh Lord, Ella, you can't force a person to choose from these 2 choices. Do you want shit or shitter? What he'd rather is that you didn't cheat in the first place. What he'd rather is you didn't commit to a relationship and say that you were going to be faithful and then not do it in the first instance. That's what he'd rather. Guys, you couldn't make it up. Ella, what would you rather have? A punch in the face or a smack in the chops? Do not give me 2 shitty choices. And then once again, Hamza, the voice of reason, pipes up and he says, Ella does not respect Johnny, and that's it. And do you know what, guys? It's completely true, she doesn't. Instead of sitting there and being contrite and saying, I'm really sorry, and you know what, I really messed up, she's full of excuses. But, it's been 2 years, but he didn't come when he said he would. But my love language is touch. But what would you rather, me cheating and you not knowing, or me cheating and you knowing? She's full of it. The one thing she isn't is sorry, it would seem to me. Johnny, you're best off out of this crap. Then Sean inquired as to how Ella would feel if the shoe was on the other foot, and she said, I wouldn't be very hurt if Johnny cheated, because people make mistakes, and distance is a big problem. She said, I would not have been mad. I would not have been upset. I wouldn't have even freaked out. I would have been understanding from the very start. Ella, stop with the dog shit now. You're nothing but a freaking liar. You would have been upset. Anybody would. Even if you're the biggest cheat on planet Earth. Even if you're Hugh Hefner. If somebody cheats on you, there's something which tells you, actually, I don't feel too good about this. Somebody's had something which I consider to be mine. Somebody is somewhere sitting in their bedroom laughing at me in my face. And because we know that, it's always a bit of a dent if your partner sleeps with somebody else. I don't care what anybody says, it's a bitter pill to swallow. But then finally, somebody asked a question which I've been wondering all season, and it was Jasmine. And she said, Ella, did you actually cheat on him, or was this just some sort of way of putting some pressure on him to make him come over? Guys, it's exactly what I thought the first time I heard it. Who grasses themselves up, and why? And she said, let's be honest, did you actually cheat on him? And Ella breathed out a big sigh, and she appeared to be thinking about it for a second. But then she finally said, yep, I did cheat on him. I was really upset, and I was really vulnerable. Really, Ella? Vulnerable or predatory? And guys, I don't really buy this. This whole vulnerable thing doesn't really work when you invite somebody over to your apartment and you invite somebody to stay over at your house for the night. That's not vulnerable. And at some point, Sojaboy actually said, this in my book is not a mistake. And guys, I don't think it was. If, of course, it happened. But then things took a turn for the peculiar. Sean asked, have you been faithful to Johnny ever since? And Ella said, yep, 100%. And Sean said, are you sure? What about your birthday? And Ella said, what about my birthday? And Sean said, yeah, your birthday. Who did you hang out with? What did you do? And then, guys, it was the weirdest story. Apparently, Ella had somebody to come out and hang out with her on her birthday. She met this guy from the same dating site that she met Johnny from. White women and Asian men. And it's just a friend that she has that she's been talking to. So he decided to go over to her house on her birthday, and he spent the night there, although according to Ella, nothing happened. And poor Johnny said, this is the first thing that I've heard about this. And Ella said, no, remember, I told you. Guys, I know how this one went. Hi Johnny, it's my birthday. It's a shame you can't be here, but never mind because one of my old friends is coming round to visit me. So I'll be fine. And she probably made no mention that it was a man, no mention that it was an Asian man, and no mention that she'd met him online and ostensibly didn't really know him and wasn't really a friend. That's how I think that story went. And when Johnny said, why would you let somebody stay the night? She said, well, I was just being really nice. I was being a good friend to him. I didn't want him to waste money on a hotel room. Sorry guys, it makes me laugh so much. Have you ever heard such a ridiculous excuse? I didn't want him to waste money on a hotel room. He's already flown out to see you. What do you care about his pocket? You're more concerned about $100 in his pocket than you are about how upset you'll make your husband to be. I literally can't with Ella. She makes no sense. And that's pretty much where it ended. Johnny said he was going to come out in February. And Ella said that she thought their relationship was very strong. But what do I think to all this? Well, the main thing that I think that was missed out of this whole narrative, as per usual, is the fact that Ella refused to understand why Johnny couldn't just leave his life, couldn't just drop everything and come over to see her. Yes, he promised, but this was pre-COVID. Once the whole world was plunged into a different mode of being, Johnny realised he had to act accordingly. He has an 8-year-old child and is also responsible for the financial well-being of his parents and that child. If for some reason he went to America and got trapped there and couldn't get back, how's he going to pay for the house and pay for his child? if for some reason he called Rona and the very worst happened, what would happen to his family? But Ella just kept on moaning all season about, what about me? I've had to wait for so long, I've got needs. And she thought absolutely nothing about the responsibilities that Johnny has. But this, of course, wasn't mentioned. So guys, what do you think? Do you think that Ella's extremely selfish? I know that I do. And do you think that Johnny will ever arrive in America? I don't think he probably will. If he sits back and thinks about everything, he'll know that she's untrustworthy and that she's got lots and lots of, I don't know, problems to work through before she should put herself into a relationship. So guys, let me know what you think down below and I'll get on with my next video. Please, if you haven't done so yet, think about subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell and to smash the like button. Thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. You've been listening to Ebird Online and I bid you good day.